We have 20 seconds left to go. Unkoe giving a few friendly shots to, is that Winston up top? It is Winston. That's going to be Unfixed, popping over from the top. So it looks like they might be jumping in and trying to cause a bit of havoc very early on here, but he does jump off the ledge, and Unfixed is going to be switching over to Farah.
Yep, and I'm going to watch that Farah to start us out here. Watching just taking some shots from the top row there of the spawn before hopping down and joining the rest of the team there. And looks like no deaths just yet, no overly ambitious defenders pushing forward or attackers getting in too deep. It looks like everyone is respecting Winghaven's Reinhardt shield right there. He has allowed most of his team to move over into the building on the left side there. Looks like the defense is going to push forward now, though. They see that there's only 3 members of the attackers standing by themselves, so they actually rush forward as 6. Did get the kill on Morte and now on Winghaven as well. That's going to slow down their push incredibly.
Yeah, that was really, really nice, sort of very patient dividing and conquering coming in there from Reunited, but they have 4 members down now. Winghaven is so far back, and they're just going to have to slowly regroup. Very, very nicely played so far from MyDong, being very patient on the point. Mendo actually needing to move out for his Reaper right now. Where is... Well, they actually can try and recontest the point if they want to. This isn't guaranteed that Reunited are going to be able to push in here. And here we go. Weppass on Reinhardt. They are going to contest.
Yep, and looks like everything is going pretty well for Reunited. They did get the first tick, but however, the defense has kind of trickled back in now before actually... They're not even using a Symmetra, so there's no teleporter in play. They actually managed to hoof it all the way back in time to save their point, which is pretty impressive. We do have the Weppass's Earth Shatter coming out now, catching a few members of the attacking team with no real damage follow-up. Tviq was not there, AKM was not quite in position yet. Now they are starting to make those dominoes fall, though. The attacking team will have to sort of fall back or maybe push up. TwoEasy now catching a couple of snipes. Tviq and AKM, the 2 damage dealers for the defense, getting picked off there by TwoEasy's Widowmaker.
Yeah, I think that might make it a little bit beyond reach. There's only 1 quarter left to go, but Weppass just about gets back in time. And we have a Lucio coming in from the defending team as well, but an excellent wipe there, almost on top, means that Weppass and Unkoe were kind of caught a little offside. AKM is trying to do some damage to stop that, but Weppass goes down. Excellent charge coming up from Winghaven, and it is Tviq on Genji, basically solo defending right now, and he's not going to be able to stop them, which means that Reunited will successfully cap the first point. Now, whether or not it's worth it, sometimes comes down to, well, how many ults you're going to be using. It's going to take a long time to walk back, but that fight lasted long enough that actually most of MyDong got quite a big charge for their ultimates back out of that. So it was definitely worth giving it a go. Reunited, though, on that second retake were just a little too strong.
Yeah, Reunited showing us this nice method of payload pushing as well. They've got Unfixed and Morte as that air dominance combo, as well as Vallutaja on the ground with Zarya. There's Mendo actually sneaking up behind the payload currently, but the team is close enough to each other that they're able to get in and respond to that very quickly. Unkoe on the defense goes down. Morte, the other Mercy, also going down. AKM dies very quickly to an Unfixed barrage, but the rest of the defense should be falling shortly after that. Mendo actually gets a Death Blossom in for a couple of kills before falling himself, so that is actually going to stall out the offense a little more than I thought was going to happen. I thought they were going to get a free push through this little corridor, but the Death Blossom itself allowed enough time for MyDong to actually return back into the fight.
Winghaven going down rather early in that engagement, forcing the revive popping out here from Morte to be able to come back. But fortunately, as soon as that revive happened, there weren't actually any opponents, of course, sitting on top of the payload. So that just gave Winghaven free reign to go ahead and resume what would have been, I guess, the free push that they wanted. But they're looking in a pretty good position now. Weppass actually coming out with a very, very aggressive looking Earth Shatter. He gets Vallutaja, completely nails him through the wall. He does leave himself very offside, but the rest of the team have been able to clear out, and Reunited are definitely going to have to regroup.
Yeah, that was rough. I was watching Winghaven's POV as he did have the Earth Shatter available. He was just about to drop the hammer on 4 members of the defense when Mendo actually snuck up behind him as Reaper and was able to get those free shots in before the Earth Shatter landed. So Winghaven does still have that ultimate. going to go back to spectating him now as we get closer to the payload. It's always nice to see that hammer drop. There it goes. It does go through the payload now. So all the members on the other side of the payload, AKM specifically, gets wiped out there by the follow-up Earth Shatter, or sorry, by the follow-up Fire Strike. And now they are going to hit this checkpoint, but again, everyone watching on stream.me/KingOfTheWatch, this is the Blizzard competitive rule set that we're going with, not stopwatch. So it's actually just a matter of completing the map entirely or not at all. Those are the only things that we're looking for here. So they have 5 full minutes to make it around this last S-bend. And you can see the defense, MyDong actually setting up, waiting for that now. Mendo on the Widowmaker has had a lot of success in the previous series. Unkoe has his res available. Weppass looking for that big Earth Shatter. There's a barrage coming down from Unfixed. It looks like, no, that was actually from Tviq. Tviq actually killed Unfixed. Earth Shatter does come down from Weppass. It doesn't find a lot of targets, and instead it looks like Weppass is going to be the one to fall. Big res comes in now as well. Winghaven still standing as that offensive Reinhardt looking for some targets. He's going to actually chase McCree through the healing tube here, back toward the payload. It looks like offense is doing a good job. They are in control of the payload. It's up to defense now to stop this.
Reunited did a very good job with the positioning on the revive there. I was a little bit worried on Unfixed. He kind of got revived by Morte a little offside, but did very, very well to clear the area and just create this little bubble around him so that he wasn't caught out by anything short range. Tviq still trying to do some damage from inside the little room there, but he's not able to get him. Ooh, almost picking up
very
TwoEasy,
last
but
second
not quite.
contest. Yeah, the Lucio just snuck in there with 0.22 meters left and managed to die very quickly after that. But Reunited does set a time here. So again, not stopwatch rules. All that's happened is Reunited checks the box that says we did complete the map, King's Row. So MyDong will have a chance to rebut. And if they are also successful, we will go to a best of 1 sudden death King of the Hill match to determine who wins King's Row.
And oh wow, that was a pretty slick headshot at the end there.
Yep, nice shots again. All these McCree play the games all day long. I see. I mean, to me it feels like we need a competitive mode and we need a good way to determine who wins without building stopwatch. That's how it felt, very band-aided on to me specifically, because it just feels weird leaving a map entirely to determine who won that map. It feels like it could
We could build stopwatch in.
Yeah, well, Blizzard can build stopwatch in. Blizzard can build stopwatch into this game, and then you have another competitive mode that you would actually have a winner of King's Row on King's Row. But never mind all that, as we have begun. It's time to dig into the action here. We've got a Junkrat actually on defense, no Symmetra again. So the fact that Tracers have kind of fallen out of favor means that Symmetra's value is a little bit diminished as well. The fact that her shields were nerfed down to 25. Zenyatta has also gone the way of the Dodo a bit in this competitive play, and it's a return to the very, very solid all-around characters that we've seen, like Mercy, Reinhardt, Lucio, McCree, characters with very little risk-reward, rather than high-risk, high-reward that we saw with the Tracers, Genji, Zenyatta's in the past. Winghaven charging in there does actually find a pin on Winz. That's going to slow down the attack quite considerably, as that is their AoE healer. Kruise now going down on the defense as well, means the attackers actually could stand up a little bit longer. AKM getting the kill on Winghaven. TwoEasy goes down, and suddenly Reunited has nobody left.
Mendo is getting so much sustain there on Zarya. He's just been playing Zarya like a fiddle all day long. Really, really nicely done. And he is going to be able to stay on the point and comfortably capture. Reunited are opting to stand back, waiting for Winghaven, and it looks like they also want to sort of get the leg up here on MyDong, just around the dog leg, to try and stop them from getting that for free. And whether or not, though, this is a strategy that potentially stops them in the tracks, I'm not convinced. But they want to delay this as long as possible and get a little bit of a sniff. Maybe draw out some ultimates, I think, so that they can stay here a little longer.
Yeah, there's 5 ults available on the defense, 3 on the offense. AKM's Deadeye is going to be really good if it's comboed well with Mendo's Graviton Surge. The Graviton into Deadeye can hurt really badly. They need to break down Reinhardt's shield, though, to really make use of that. There you can see the defense actually using the Graviton Surge, but all 4 of them just hop right out of it. Weppass charged out and actually got taken out. Everyone who sat in the Graviton Surge stayed alive. The defense is now very much cleaning up, though. Big res from Unkoe on the way in. Disable kill cams, Josh? Oh, sure. I should do that. Is that
Reunited.
Heroes never die.
Oh man, there's the res coming in for Reunited as well, and that's going to be comboed with Sound Barrier, so they're going to try and really put a hard stop here. It looks like we have Sound Barrier coming in for the attacking team now as well, and Weppass getting a pretty slick Earth Shatter, but he seems to be the only person around. He does a huge dive into the other side, but Winghaven does not die as a result, and the defensive team are going to be able to retain control of the payload.
Yep, good job by Reunited once again. That was a push that was looking kind of scary there from MyDong. It was very interesting actually seeing Mendo up in the window as Zarya earlier, now actually hitting the pavement with the rest of his team, but no real static defenders here on either side. Everyone's a bit mobile. We have Unfixed actually as the defensive Pharah is pretty cool to see. There's no Bastion, Torb, Widow, anything like that. They can just be jumped on. There's a big Graviton Surge coming from the defense, and it looks like everyone is actually going to stand except for AKM. The Reinhardt shield does its job as the payload continues to move forward. Rez does bring back Tviq and AKM both on those McCrees. Those attacking McCrees both have Deadeye available as well, so I'm giving good odds to MyDong right now to be able to finish this map in the next
We're waiting for
3 or 4
double
minutes.
Deadeye if it's going to happen, but actually AKM is just on fire. He eliminates Vallutaja and going straight in for the kill there. 2 Deadeyes can actually buy the payload an awful lot of time in this position as well, because there are very limited places for Reunited to hide. Mendo just being patient and still doing such a good job supporting the rest of the team on Zarya. I have to say, in a world where Deadeye doesn't hit anything because shields are basically up, he's done a very good job of just waiting until the absolute perfect point to use the shields, and he's just been keeping Zarya at such a full charge for the entire game.
Yeah, Zarya is a character that I often tell people is a rather higher skill cap because you have to be able to be really good at that energy management to make sure you're putting out lots of damage all the time. It's very difficult, kind of a balancing act to keep that going. And then hitting the Graviton Surge perfectly is always a huge responsibility, as it does take a long time to charge that ult. The payload is still moving. There's a Graviton Surge out hitting only 2 members of the defense. No follow-up damage-wise, and Unfixed and Unkoe are actually, sorry, Unfixed and Morte are just up here just dishing out damage. They need to touch that payload though, as Mendo is the last one standing on it. He does get taken out, AKM and Unkoe, as well as now Weppass getting back into the fight. Oh, Tracer actually goes down there. Vallutaja swapped over and bit the dust very quickly. 3 members of the attacking team still standing, and it looks like they are, very, very close, 0.72 meters. They are going to set a time though, and we will be doing best of 1 sudden death time.
Sudden death. All right. So both teams. I like how as soon as you say that, you're in chat. Sudden death. You guys can't see it, but Josh just put. Oh no, you can see it. Wait, here's the play of the game, and we do not have McCree. Got a pretty sick res there, to be honest, right in the middle of things, and very, very nice by Unkoe sacrificing himself for the rest of the team.
Yep, good res there. Alright, we're going to go back to the lobby now. I love that I can just drag everyone back without having to vote and all that.
Nope, absolutely not.
Alright.
If you look closely in the distance, there's Bravos.
4 Zaryas? Are they actually doing that? They're actually doing 4 Zaryas?
4 Zaryas versus 4 Winstons. Do it!
Basically,
Oh my god, they're doing it.
Basically, 4 Zaryas just rushing out of the gate here with 2 Lucios versus Mass Winston, trying to get this overhead view so you can just see everything happening. Winston, that's actually kind of interesting. His lightning gun is not going to work too great against... Oh, they killed both of the Lucios already on MyDong. Oh my goodness,
wow.
I need to... I just realized I need to switch the colors, but go ahead and take us away.
Yeah, I don't really think this is working out for them at the moment. All 4 Zaryas are dead. Lucios are busy trying to pop in. Nice try coming out from TwoEasy on Zarya himself. We have triple Winston coming out from Reunited here. Unfixed, Winghaven, and Vallutaja are all playing the monkey. Morte's going to be on Mercy again. And Kruise is picking up the point as Lucio with TwoEasy on Zarya. But we are finally moving. Wait, Tviq got Bastion. He gets picked off really quickly, so I don't know what his plans were there. AKM on Reaper, we're watching him now wraithing away. There's an awful lot of damage coming his way. He's trying to move out behind Unfixed. Won't quite do that though, and it is a full frontal assault. But at least with only 1 Zarya. No, 2 Zaryas still on the attacking team here.
This is 3 Winstons, a Zarya, a Lucio, and a Mercy. Now I know what to tell my competitive friends when we are actually playing in the sudden deaths. Yeah, just go 3 Winston, 2 support, and a Zarya. You'll just win. I saw Reunited do it against MyDong.
Wow.
They're up 50%
And what
already.
didn't someone in chat say, is the 3 monkey strat being used so we can hard counter it, please? Was that MyDong that was saying that as well? Because I really want to know what they're going to do at this point. It's 53% versus 0.
The hard counter is Bastion,
winner takes
evidently, and Reaper. Makes sense.
Yep.
Because Bastion can just stay away from all the monkeys until they leap on him. But now the Graviton Surge is down. AKM and 2 other members, actually the 2 other members died. AKM, Wraith walked out. But Reunited in firm control. They have not looked in any danger yet. So they're just crushing it here on Ilios. This is point A of Ilios. Zarya falls there. Weppass in the back of the point. That's going to be rough for MyDong.
The problem with Bastion, Tviq on Bastion, is that, oh, hang on a second, we do have Siege Mode now, so we'll see if that ends up being any good, but it feels like he's trying to use it to get himself out of a potentially scary situation. Lucio, though, with the ult at exactly the right time. I think that was Winz with the ultimate there, catches Bastion when he was at about 20 hit points, so that was very, very useful. But now, Reunited, using a sound barrier of their own, Graviton Surge trying to come in and retake, and it looks like this could potentially be competitive. There are 4 players on the point now. Kruise finally going down on Lucio, and are we actually going to be seeing a turnover in overtime?
Really incredible stuff there. Reunited was just in firm control for so long, but a lot of things happened there. Lots of ultimates went out. The Winston ults were a little bit negated by the Graviton Surge as they got caught inside it, even though one of the Winstons did stay alive. AKM jumped in with that Death Blossom and actually took out the majority of the team. So,
but you know what didn't happen, Josh? Bastion didn't get any kills. Tviq just hasn't been able to make it work just yet, unfortunately. He's done damage, but he hasn't killed anyone. I don't feel like he's been effective, and here we go, another collapse from Reunited. There's 4 players on the point right now, including a very angry Vallutaja, and that is going to secure the point.
There's a graphics bug that I have right now with a bunch of broken stuff just in that Graviton Surge pile. So Reunited actually did take that.